Hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to Trying Success here on the Old Fashioned Health Network. Good health inside and out. So listen, y'all like my new set? Don't it look good? At first, I like the other way, but we changed it up a little bit in here. But I want to talk to you all today about the system. Can you believe that? I'm going to talk about the system today on Trying Success. And the reason why I want to talk about this, I noticed everybody was a little nervous about this emergency alert system that's supposed to come on. But have y'all thought about this? If the system really wanted to do something to you, they could have already gotten you in some of the fast food or some of the food in the grocery store or a lot of places they could have already gotten us if they hadn't already gotten us now. So I would not be so paranoid about, in my mind, about a signal. Not that signals can't do anything, but I mean, if you're not paranoid about the food we're eating, the restaurant food, the grocery store food, the fact that we don't have we have a lot of food deserts, I surely wouldn't be worried about a signal on the phone, you know? I mean, just think about it. We've been on the phone, talk on the phone. A lot of us have a lot of time online on the phone, on social media that you do a lot. Again, that's another opportunity to get you. So don't be so paranoid about that. And as far as I'm concerned, the system itself, we already know, at least I've learned for sure that the system truly, if you want to achieve or be better than the system, you can't do it inside the system. And it took me a minute to kind of really understand that. There's a podcast, Big God Knowledge is a good friend of mine that I listen to. And I hear him talk about the system and how you cannot be better if you do it the way the system is set up. I was looking yesterday at just this political aspect of what the Republicans are doing. They've gotten rid of their Speaker of the House. But the system itself, it's kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? So I even think about the educational system. I'm reading this book right now. It's called The Black American by Milton Metz. In case you can see it. This is a really good book, but it has a lot of different quotes and things and stuff like that in it. It does have a little stuff about slavery and all those kind of things. But if you look and read enough books about history and how history has repeated itself and how it's still repeating itself and how we've attempted to get out of the system, but you can't get out of the system working in the system. I'll give you an example. Going to college, getting out of college and get a job. They pay you, let's just say they pay you $125,000 a year. Okay, so you get the job for $125,000 a year, but then they make you do the job of 3 people. So you're doing the job of 3 people, you get burnt out, you're spending your $125,000, and now you've maxed out after you're living kind of a little bit above your means, so to speak, or right there at it. And so now you ask for a raise, but you can't get a raise because they tell you, no, you're not ready. And the system has kind of set. So if you don't learn how to do opposite of what the system has you doing, like going out buying a whole bunch of stuff just because you're making $125,000 a year, you have to work your own system. You can't work within the system doing system things. So as I was saying, you're making $125,000 a year and then you turn around and you go buy a couple of cars and a house and all those kind of things. And now you're stuck with that $125,000 salary to try to make your life better for the rest of your life. It's kind of like the way the system is set up. You have to work outside of the system in order to kind of beat the system. If you want to call it beating the system, you have to learn to do the opposite of what the system expects you to do. You live below your means. So then that way you don't have to worry about keeping a job that you don't like. You know, you can always say, I don't want to do this anymore. You can take your money and start learning how to invest in yourself and start your own company, start your own business. Same thing as getting your money and putting it into a 401k. I'm not saying it's not a good thing to do that, but if you do all the system things, then the feedback you're going to receive or the benefits you receive are going to be things that the system has kind of set for you, you know? Again, I kind of go back to the educational system. I've not heard any education system that teach you about that harp on trying to start your own. They always give you, get a job, work for corporate America, get you a 401k, savings, checking, a house and a car. And that's the maximum amount of money a certain amount of money you make at different times in your career. So let's just say you're ready to quit your job and you already at 100 and let's say 30 now. So now your challenge is, can I get a job making 130 plus, because you don't want to go backwards, because remember, the system has set it up so you learn to max out at 125,000. You can't go backwards. You know what I'm saying? And now you're stressed. And then now you're health challenged. And keep in mind, because you're working in corporate America, you're eating bad because you're not able to eat healthy foods. You're not able to get the proper rest you need. You know, it's just like it's a system. You know what I'm saying? So you have to learn to work the system to your advantage. You have to learn to work the system to get your own freedom. I talk about this book, this whole book about the Black and American, and I see after reading some of this book, it's the same. It's the same thing back then. It's just done differently. You know, a lot of people, in this book, I talk a little bit about the slavery thing. It's hard to get freed from any form of slavery working within the system. It just is. And I hope this kind of turns a light on in your head to kind of think about, so what do I need to do? So for one, if you go to college, try to go where you don't have to end up getting a student loan, because that's a get you right away. Try not to get a credit card as soon as you get to college, because when you register for school, there's a line waiting on you to get a credit card. They start you out with a small limit. So you got a small limit of $500, $250. That's not going to help you, because you're already in school by the skin of your teeth. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to take you long to max out that card. So now you go get a part-time job. And so you're trying to go to school, you got a part-time job. Chances are it may make you quit, because it may make you end up quitting school, because now you need more money, because guess what? They raise your credit limit. So you have to look out for these system got yous, is what I call it, you know. And I can tell you this because I've been in the system now, but I try to learn now how to free myself from the system, so you can really live a free life. And it talks about slavery. All of us are enslaved. Everybody, no matter what color you are, what race you are still in slavery. You know what I'm saying? And to some of my people that don't look like me, if you think about it, you may have some privileged slavery. But you're still in slavery. Just because you get a little privilege don't mean that you still are not enslaved, you know? So, but anyway, I want to talk to you all about that just a little bit, put my 2 cents on. And it kind of struck me when I heard about the emergency broadcast system thing. And everybody's like, wrap your phone in aluminum foil, put it in the bathtub and run outside, all that kind of crazy stuff to avoid something that you think the system is going to do to you that they hadn't already done or still can do. You know, I saw something where now they're making meat, human meat that you could eat. It's like some kind of cell that they generate this meat that you can actually eat. And they say they're doing this because to meet the demands of food. But are you meeting the demands of food, or are you meeting demands of Big Pharma? Because human meat is actually what they serve, actually serving people now. Those kind of things, why would you need the emergency broadcast system when you already are making genetically modified meats out of human cells? You got to kind of think, you know what I'm saying? Why would you worry about that? You pay attention to these things that's in plain sight to try to throw you off, because that could be stressful and you just stressing for nothing. But anyway, that's just my little 2 cents. I want to talk to you all today about the emergency broadcast system. That's exactly the way this show is going to be titled. But I just want to show you the insides of worrying about something when there's other things that's right in your face that you're not worried about. You're not worried about your eating habits. You're not worried about the water. Have y'all even thought about, has anybody said anything about Flint water being clean yet? Or Jackson, Mississippi water being clean yet? It's like things are happening, but you don't see the news media concentrate and say, guess what? They fixed Flint's water system. You don't hear that, right? You don't hear them talk about Jackson and his water system. You may hear them talk about Coach Deion Sanders and leaving Jackson and now in Colorado. All those distractions, you know, that's pay attention, because you can't beat the system, but you have to beat it in a sense that, and I hate to use the word beat it because I don't want to just seem like because you pick and choose these things you want to do, but you can overcome the system by creating your own system. You know, you don't have to have all the bells and whistles that they put in front of you. You know, what makes you happy is getting a good laugh, and a lot of time a good laugh don't cost you no money. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching Trying Success here on the Old Fashioned Health Network. Good health inside and out. I'll see y'all later. Stay away from the system. Enjoy.